Alrighty, we should be live in a few seconds at least. Let's see. Yep. Cool. Alright, so in a second, I'm going to be playing this. It's going to be the Ramp It Up live event from Arkamoto, in which they're likely going to talk about their factory. Now, their factory is the one that they're building out in Eugene, Oregon. And I know I haven't talked about Arkamoto for quite some time, and monetization is off on this stream, so I'm making no money. So I'm not just trying to take attention away from their event. Literally, go on YouTube. Go see this yourself. I just wanted to make sure that everybody that has Arcimoto shares or is interested in this company has access to this. So if you guys are seeing this live stream and you'd rather be on the original one, go ahead, go watch it. I just wanted to provide this. I'm going to leave as soon as this begins. I'm basically going to turn off my page, and it's just going to be the live event streaming through this video. So I'm making no profit. I just wanted you guys to get access to this. Now, if we go on Arcimoto right here, and you can see they're actually posting this on their site. You can see that recently they've been making kind of a lot of updates. They've been talking, at least Mark Frohnmeyer has, talking about their new factory in Eugene, Oregon. Now, this factory they acquired last quarter, and here, I'm going to try to find a picture of it. Basically, they had to clear everything out and wash it. And we got a picture fairly recently from Mark Frohnmeyer, which is the CEO of Arcimoto. Here, I'll find his tweet. He likes to tweet. Well, you can see right here, that's the little picture they posted today ahead of the event. It says, enter here, and it says, welcome to the future. And that's going to be the new factory. There was a good tour of it. I don't love those shoes. There was a good tour of it on Galileo Russell's a video on YouTube. On his channel, he did a good tour of it originally when they got the factory, or the first factory. But this new factory is going to make or break Arcimoto. They need a lot of investment to get into the factory and really build it out and start mass production. And I can't find the picture right now, but they showed a very good update with a lot of machines in the factory. So hopefully, basically, this live stream is going to be talking about three things. First of all, updates in terms of the actual Arcimoto platform. Perhaps we're even going to talk about platform 2. Then second, it's going to be the mass production. Is that going to happen sometime in 2022? Are they going to be able to scale it up? You can see that right now they're about to start playing. Right now we don't have any sound, so I'll let you know when that does happen. And number 3, it's going to have to do with the factory. How fast can they ramp up that factory? How fast can they build it out? And are any of the processes within that factory different from their first one? Because I don't mean to be negative. I love the company. I think they have great potential, but their products have a lot of issues. If you go on any Facebook groups of people with actual FUVs or Arcimoto vehicles, you can see that they deal with a lot of issues, whether it's failing, I don't even know, like brakes, which is a severe issue. But they have all kinds of little issues, and Arcimoto is superb at customer relations and getting those fixed. However, if you can change the mass production, or at least the machines for mass production, and avoid a lot of these issues from the get-go, it's going to save you a lot of pain down the line. So they can change their processes, get different machines with their partnership with Sandy Monroe, who is going to be helping them out to get to mass production. That's his bread and butter. That's what he's good at. And then, that's when it starts getting interesting. And taking a look at the stock, because I know it's always, maybe we don't want to talk about the stock all the time. We want to focus on the fundamentals, but the stock is always exciting to look at. You can see that the bottom of Arcimoto was around $1 per share. And in my opinion, the potential for the company being at $1 per share was way too low. And you saw it nearly 37x from those levels at the highs. Now, since then, we've given all of that up nearly back to $5 per share, hitting $508 per share, down 5.5% ahead of today's event. It's not looking great for Arcimoto shareholders. Now, this company and their valuation, if we go to FUV stock, you can see that their total valuation in the few hundreds of millions, $191 million, it's incredibly low compared to any competition in the EV space. Anybody that's remotely working on EVs has a much bigger valuation than Arcimoto if they have vehicles on the road. Now, Arcimoto has quite a few vehicles. Their production has not been up to the standard that we've been hoping from them, even their own projections. But they're putting vehicles out there. And if they can start ramping up and getting any kind of mass production, then it's, let's just put it this way. This kind of stock price, $5 per share, regardless of dilution, we're never going to see that again. total market cap of $191 million, if they can successfully scale and not go bankrupt in the process, we're never going to see those kinds of valuations again. So especially if you try to leverage your money, in my opinion, with leaps, which is long expiration call options, basically, whether it's 2023 or 2024, you go long expiration. I think you have a great way of returning a lot of money, because at the end of the day, this is a gamble. Trying to find a startup that's going to be successful in the vehicle space, it's very difficult. So if you think Arcimoto, with their factory, proper management, and their balance sheet, is going to make it, then perhaps consider grabbing a call or two. That's my take. So again, I'm seeing a few more viewers pop up. Let's see if maybe I can see the chat. Nothing in the chat, but I'm seeing a few more viewers. So I just want to make sure that you guys are aware that the actual event, the Ramp It Up event, is available on their own website. It's currently live, so I'm going to go to it. All right, so you can go see their own video. This is unmonetized, not trying to make money from this. All right, let's turn up the desktop audio.
Promoting our small businesses, and each of those investments, they can be small, and then they just reverberate into bigger and bigger things, and Arkamoto is one of those really fantastic examples. So I was joking when I got here that, boy, if you tell people to come early, they really do come early. So thank you all for coming early, but I can tell it's because you're ramped up. So I think with that, we better get down to business and cut the ribbon. Oh, we have one more. Okay.
We have one more. Thank you, Lucy.
Hi, let's get this ribbon pulled out here. Hi, everyone. Brittany Quick-Warner, President and CEO at the Eugene Area Chamber of Commerce, and I'm so excited to be with you guys here today. This facility, this company, bringing over 250 new green jobs to our community. There is nothing more exciting to celebrate. We love being able to support businesses like you all and what you're doing for our community to improve our local economy. But you're going above and beyond than just being a business here. You're being a really good business that pays good wages, supports your employees, gives back to the community.
And just make your way to the left, have a seat for the exciting presentation. All right. Come on in, folks. Crank it, Clint. We are going to start here in about 10 minutes.
So apart from really intense EDM, it seems like we're not really seeing anything. But I believe the actual event is going to start at 2:22. Haha. 2 hours and 22 minutes after noon. So just hold on to that. You can always mute the volume until then, but just make sure to tune in around 2:20, about 10 minutes from now, for the actual technical start of the event. So far, it seems kind of cool. We see that Sandy Monroe is there, but I'm mostly shocked by the total amount of people that are there. There are so many people, and if you think about it this way from a stock perspective, $191 million worth of total valuation, this many people in one room interested by Arkamoto, buying some merch, that's going to add a lot to the bottom line of Arkamoto. It could be a lot of little funding, kind of a nice little boost to the balance sheet in the next earnings, and even if they buy a bit of stock, it could actually affect the stock because it's such a small company. Now, it's also incredibly shorted. I think it's one of the most shorted stocks in the entire stock market. Sorry for the horrible lighting. Is that better? But it's one of the most shorted stocks in the entire stock market. So honestly, this stock could fly if they really start executing and they start doing the things that they said they would do and that they planned to do. Now, I understand that what they're doing is incredibly difficult to do. Mass production is incredibly difficult to do. But again, they have a top quality, top-notch partner like Monroe. So if Sandy Monroe or Monroe and Associates, whether it's Corey or Sandy that you see at this event, if they can actually get their stuff moving and start mass production, that would be massive for this company, and the stock price would never look back. So I'm just going to go back to the live stream. Thanks for watching. Damn, that's a lot of people.
Okay, folks, if you can make your way toward the stage and take your seats, Congressman Peter DeFazio is about to speak. Come on up and grab a seat, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Congressman Peter DeFazio, Chair of the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee, hometown hero.
Well, they didn't tell me I was going first. So anyway, thanks. This is a great crowd today. This is an incredibly exciting day for the Eugene, Springfield metropolitan area and for the United States of America. We're bringing 21st century manufacturing home here to the United States of America. And at the same time, we're going to deal meaningfully with the threat of climate change. Transportation is the single largest cause of carbon pollution in the United States. That was what I targeted with my Invest Act. Unfortunately, we couldn't quite get that product through the Senate, but the Biden administration is working to implement targets I set for greenhouse gas reduction, fix it first criteria, and other things, more high-speed rail in their guidance, and I'm working closely with them as they implement this massive amount of spending. But it's going to be key to electrify our national highway network, and Oregon is getting its first tranche of money next year. We're going to need more. We're going to need more renewable power. We're going to need, to be able to do away with range anxiety. Now, with an Arkamoto, you're not going to have too much range anxiety for the most part. I mean, they're going to be used more locally. But if we're going to get widespread adoption of EVs in this country, including semi-tractors, which are already being produced, we have to have places to charge them that are conveniently located. And that is a major objective of this administration. So here we are in just good old Eugene, Springfield, Oregon, kind of at the far edge of the continent from Washington, D.C., and we're doing something here. Mark Fromeyer and everybody in Arkamoto is doing something here that is going to be a massive shift in how people and move cleanly. This is a really big day. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the founder and president of Arkamoto, Mark Fromeyer.
All right.
Thank you, Congressman, for sharing those remarks. And on behalf of myself and Arkamoto, just wanted to thank you for your decades of tireless service for the people of this community, for Oregon, and for the world. We're going to miss you. Actually, hopefully we'll see more of you. So I do sometimes have a penchant for forward-looking statements. I'm going to be making some of those forward-looking statements today. So before we get rolling, I want to call your attention to our safe harbor disclaimer regarding forward-looking statements. This note. Welcome to the ramp. We are deeply honored that folks have traveled, some from very far away, to be here with us today. Some folks from the Netherlands, from everyone assembled here today. And she said, make sure to communicate two things. First, she said, you must remind them why. Arkamoto exists to help address the most pressing challenge facing all of life on this pale blue dot we call home. Fires, floods, superstorms, drought, the horror of armed conflict over fossil energy, accelerating species extinction. What was predicted when we started is now on the news every day. That's why we're here. The extreme urgency that impels the rapidly accelerating pace of innovation on full display today. Driven by this why. But let's get to the fun stuff. I've got a lot of ground to cover, so much of what I'm going to talk about today is pretty high level. So you can expect a slew of follow-on announcements in the coming weeks, driving deeper on many of these points. Welcome again to the ramp. A year and a half ago, we laid out the wildly big
Today, February 22nd
of opening a second factory by the end of this year that, once at full capacity, would be capable of producing 50,000 vehicles per year, and further provide a replicable template for global expansion. At that time, we had neither a site capable of mass production nor a platform design that we could economically scale. Today, we are inside that facility. Today, we will show in rendered form the next generation platform we will produce at scale here. And today, for the very first time, and you can see them lined up over there, production Arkamotos are being assembled here. We took possession of this site last quarter, and for any of you who came to our Fall Fub rally, we actually drove around inside it. The transformation has been simply remarkable. The team has been working with extraordinary hustle, and this is not just the Arkamoto team, but our partners at Chambers Construction, who've been just working through holidays, working to get this space dialed into Arkamoto's requirements. The booting up of the plastics line in Building D, the machine shop in Building C, both of which are available for tours after this program, and then the transition of the assembly line from the AMP into where we are here in Building A. This is all just a part of phase one of a two-step push to true scale. So the initial impact of the transition to the ramp will be a significant increase in production capacity for what we're building right now, the Fun Utility Vehicle and the full family of products that share its platform. Arkamoto more than doubled year-over-year production in 2020 and more than tripled year-over-year production in 2021. Even considering downtime with the move over to the ramp, we expect to triple production once again this year. And then we start taking the big steps up. So before I dive fully into that future, I want to just take a few minutes to talk about the now and the incredible progress the team has made further developing the FUV product family and market for Arkamoto. On the consumer front, the FUV and the Roadster continue to receive rave reviews from demo riders and journalists alike, adding confirmation to our belief that Arkamoto delivers the most joyful ride experience of any vehicle on the road and oversized utility on a lightweight platform. As we begin to exit the pandemic mode that has gripped the world for the last 2 centuries, in 2 years, Arkamoto is hitting full throttle on our demo rental program. in order to maximize the number of people who get to enjoy our unique ride and drive exposure for the Arkamoto brand in the most capital efficient manner we can, with the long-term goal of turning that first-time new user experience of a vehicle into a profit center for the company, instead of what is typically a big cost sink for a typical vehicle manufacturer. Late last year, we began earmarking a significant portion of our limited production output into this program, and we plan to accelerate that this year. Our beachheads, Hawaii, California, Florida, combine to form both a massive market for our existing products relative to our scale of production, and serve as thriving hubs of destination travel. We've announced several key rental partnerships already this year. And stay tuned, we have a lot more coming. For our commercial and government fleet offerings, we've likewise made significant progress. Early trials of the Deliverator, the Rapid Responder, the Flatbed have provided invaluable feedback as we aim for volume production of these products. And further, the move to the ramp will finally give us the space to actually produce those product variants on the same assembly line. What we do right now, we actually have a separate facility where they go from the AMP to R&D, they get stall built. Right now, this move is going to be a big win in terms of being able to build all of the different pieces of our product family in a much more efficient way. At the same time, we're working with ecosystem players to flesh out the full suite of offerings needed to really deliver commercial vehicles. And that includes broad service, leasing options, so that fleets really have a turnkey solution for the market. And so likewise expect much more on that front soon. And when it comes to vehicle customization, I want to highlight one development the team came up with entirely on their own. Nobody, and I mean nobody, has been asking for this at all. Roll the tape.
Turns out the journey to incorporate doors onto an FUV, it takes a little bit of effort. We were not willing to go into production with a door that was just half-baked. We needed to test it, refine it, tool it up. We are here, and we do have them in production. They're flowing into the factory, and we're at the point now where we can start lining up appointments for the people that have been waiting out in the field, and we can take orders for new vehicles that need doors. And we have some pretty cool vinyl accents, paint concepts that are available as options. Doors are finally here. I am super stoked about that, and so is the whole company and all of our followers out there.
The doors and the recently launched golf bag carrier are just the beginning of Arkamoto's accessories program. We have a number of additional prototype accessories in development, from the Arkamoto sidecar to the splash guards and storage kits, many on display here today that will allow both consumer and fleet customers really dial in their Arkamotos to meet their particular needs. One final recent development that I'd like to highlight in particular, this is actually a program that began a little more than a year ago when devastating wildfires threatened our community and watershed. Our friends Zach and Jesse from the Now You Know YouTube channel turned us onto a really clever approach for firefighting using substantially less fluid than is typical used in conventional firefighting ways. So the question was, what if a very lightweight, nimble, rapid responder could be outfitted in order to be first on the scene of a blaze, with enough fire suppression power to handle everything from car fires to small house fires. That initial discussion has evolved into Arkamoto's Smoke Jumper initiative and a multi-company team building a multi-platform, comprehensive approach to fight fires. This video was shot just this last week of an Arkamoto rapid response vehicle and a novel pump and nozzle system that used approximately 3 gallons of liquid to put out that blaze. We estimate that an Arkamoto equipped with this technology portfolio can carry the equivalent firefighting capacity of 300 gallons of water used in the traditional way. We plan to pilot rapid responders thus equipped this summer. So now looking on to some of the more forward-looking stuff, the torque vectoring system that we showcased with our friends at Stoffel Systems last summer that provides both a much lighter steering feel and snappier torque off the line. When we showed it over the summer, it involved modifications to the vehicle hardware, some wire harnesses, a lot of extra stuff. That system is now up and running on stock Arkamoto hardware. And you can see that here and try it in action today. We expect that that system will be feature complete later this spring, and then there will be a testing and validation period aiming for rolling out to our customers this fall. And concurrent with the release of torque vectoring, we expect to release the first version of the Arkamoto app, allowing FUV owners to power on their vehicles, perform diagnostics, connect directly with service, and that will also offer renters in our demo rental program to be able to just much more seamlessly rent Arkamoto vehicles. On the battery front, we are now in the testing and verification process for modules built with the next generation cell from Ferris's, our battery supplier. And we expect that this new cell will offer an incremental increase in vehicle range for all of the products in the product family. And we are presently on track to move into production with this upgrade at the end of the quarter. As we reiterate regularly, the vast majority of our engineering effort is to ramp up to mass production. And today I'm going to give you just a little sneak peek at what's next. So the foundation of every Arkamoto we build is the platform. And the key to scaling production, first and foremost, is to make the platform more scalable. So here is the very first look in computer rendered form of that new platform. And so you can see just the significant reduction in complexity. It's basically, and this is major work done by Arkamoto, our partners at Monroe & Associates, Stoffel Systems, Electric Goddess, and many others. So this is going to feature both mechanical refinements of the drive system and then significant electrical system optimizations to drive down cost and improve manufacturability. We plan to build the first prototypes of the new platform this spring, validation testing starting in Q3, and targeting production in Q1 of next year. So this 1.x program is what will really truly start to unlock the big steps up in scale. So the 3x jump up that we plan for this year is a big jump, actually. That alone, a lot of work. But what we're planning for next year is a 7x increase beyond that, and then ultimately on the path to getting to maximum unit output capacity for this factory in 2025. I should add that while there will be minor benefits to the ride, the big advantage is going to accrue to cost and scale of manufacture. And coincident with the launch of 1.x, we intend to bring the Rapid Responder, Deliverator, and Flatbed into series production on the new foundation. So the platform is Arkamoto's fundamental product. It's the many shots on goal approach that separates us from all of the other EV endeavors that we've seen to date. And ultimately, we see the platform itself as a key standalone part of the portfolio. As we look forward, we aim to make the platform accessible to a wide array of users, other vehicle makers, schools and research institutions, and EV enthusiasts. And today, we're giving that effort a name. We call it the Arkamoto Platform Initiative, a true hardware API for sustainable transportation. Last summer, our friends at Faction demonstrated a proof of concept driverless Arcimoto. Today, we are excited to announce that Faction is officially our first API partner. Their driverless delivery vehicle prototype is on display publicly for the very first time here today. And after the presentation, I encourage you to check out it in motion in the parking lot right on the other side of this wall. All right. Who's pumped? Go wait, there's more. Everything I just talked about is phase 1 of the ramp expansion plan. Phase 2 of Factory 2 is the big step beyond that, and that's going to include a new logistics hub on the site, the reconditioning of Building B, which is sort of the big breezeway that you all walked in, the lay-in of the automated assembly line we're designing with our partners at Monroe and team, as well as an extensive tool-up of key parts, chassis and body, that we believe will allow us to achieve maximum unit throughput on this site in 2025 and launch the 1.x endgame Robo-Valet mass market consumer vehicle we started teasing last year. For a team that has been running for 14 plus years, the finish line is almost in sight. So now let's take a step back and look at the big picture. As a world, we are way behind the 8 ball when it comes to emissions and the climate that we all depend on. The conventional wisdom in the EV world is that EV production is constrained by raw materials, precious metals and rare earths that go into the electric vehicle drivetrain and battery. But let's unpack that for just a little bit. It became public last week that General Motors' new electric Hummer clocks in at a whopping 9,063 pounds. Think about that for just a second. That's a vehicle that, when driven alone, is more than 40 times the weight of its occupant. That is enough material to build 2 Model Ys. If we hit our targets, it's enough material to build 8 fun utility vehicles. The same amount of material. So if we really want to accelerate the shift to sustainable mobility, and trust me, we do, switching to electric is only one piece of this puzzle. Right-sizing the footprint of our rides is equally critical. Now, an 8x improvement over General Motors' flagship is a good start. But we think we can continue to push the envelope well beyond that. The FUV platform architecture yields stability by artful ballasting, positioning of the heavy elements to provide a really compelling and comfortable ride that is adaptable to a wide range of daily uses. For this reason, there's a limit to how light we can make it. In order to make the next order of magnitude of weight reduction, cost reduction, efficiency improvement on a 3-wheeler, it needs to lean. So this is something I've known since starting Arkamoto, but at the time, every tilting 3-wheeled vehicle architecture I saw was either overly complex, expensive, or had strange corner cases that made it unstable. But as we built this venture throughout the last decade, I came to know another entrepreneur here in the Pacific Northwest who made it his mission in life to crack the tilting three-wheeled vehicle code. As we plied our respective three-wheeled wares up and down the West Coast, we became friends and chatted repeatedly about the potential for collaboration, blending the electric vehicle experience of Arkamoto with the road-tested, patented leaning technology Bob developed at Tilting Motorworks. When we saw the e-bike market start to go to the moon during the pandemic, the locus of collaboration became very clear. So in the fall of 2020, we started a skunkworks project with Tilting Motorworks to explore an e-bike class product using this revolutionary technology. In Q1 of last year, we acquired Tilting Motorworks to accelerate that program, and today we are showing the fruits of this effort publicly for the very first time. All right. Well, so that version, that was the version 2 prototype of the Mean Lean machine. Looks pretty cool. But let's see the real show pony. Welcome, Bob Mile. Dude, great work. So, I think it's beautiful. I love it, and I want to give a shout out to our friends at Mercury Metals, just our neighbors who helped us. They designed a kinetic sculpture in the frame like no other, and then burned the midnight electrons to get it built. Larry, Nick, Joel, Ben, you guys are legends. This vehicle is a collaborative effort of a ton of people. I'd love to thank them all, but the team working on this has just been cranking forward on a project that we all really hold truly deep to us. It's an e-bike class vehicle unlike any other on the planet. Riding it feels like an extension of your body. Leo, do we have Leo here anyway? Leo is the master bike builder featured in that video. I was talking to him the other night. He described it as super you riding the perfect world. And to think people accuse me of hypey taglines. Anyway, the MLM is packed to the gills with new electric vehicle technology. We've reinvented the wheel. So placing an Arkamoto designed hub motor wheel assembly on each of the 3 corners. We teamed up with some brilliant Tesla alums to develop a new pedal generator, right? That's right, there's no chain, there's no belt, there's no grease. The generator is your throttle. So super precise response to torque, as well as the ability to charge it up while it is parked. So, I mean, think for just a second how absurd it is to have a stationary exercise bike that you plug into the wall, right? In some places, you're burning coal to burn fat. Not with this pellet tractor. So, going back to the bar graph, 1 Hummer, 2 Teslas, 8 FUVs, the same amount of material, we can build 100 mean lean machines. And I really want to hammer home, for transportation, micromobility is sustainability. The concept prototype that you see here is still in development. So we're aiming for a product launch proper at the end of the year. If you want to be first in line, you can pre-order starting today at arkamoto.com/MLM. In the coming months, we're going to have a lot more to say about this product, including pricing, accessories for protection from the elements, storage options for delivery, and EV features that have never before been seen on vehicles in this class. So as we bring the MLM to market, we think it is going to be a perfect fit for our demo rental experience model, offering another unique, joyful ride through our destination channel. So TechBit, at the heart of the MLM design, is a powertrain program we call Micro Future Drive. This combination of next generation lightweight vehicle electronics and a new battery pack architecture. So together with our new wheel, these technologies form Arkamoto's Platform 2, and the MLM is just the start. As with the MLM, we see entirely new takes on the classes of the scooter and tuk-tuk, ultralight delivery bots, and vehicles for folks who use wheelchairs and mobility scooters, all sharing the same fundamental EV technologies and components, and all utilizing the same fundamental software API as our Platform 1.x products. And regarding that new battery architecture, for more than a year, Arkamoto and the brilliant team at Electric Goddess have been developing a new packing system for cylindrical format battery cells. This battery architecture forms the foundation of Micro Future Drive, but it has much wider implication over time, including supply chain redundancy as we scale and range optionality for all of our products. We are aiming for the highest volumetric energy density, lowest cost, thermally safest, most scalable packaging architecture for cylindrical battery cells. Battery packing system that works for everything from micro EVs to FUVs to very large vehicles. We've teamed up with DW Fritz, a world leader in advanced manufacturing automation, to design with us the automated production system for this next generation battery, and we've entered into an agreement with them to explore commercializing this combination in order to provide turnkey manufacturing solutions for other companies across the industry in need of next generation battery packs for their products. Home stretch. All right. So home stretch. Just 2 more things. Arkamoto, our quest for a truly sustainable transportation system, is an ultramarathon being run by a 250-strong team who wear the brand and a whole host of critical partners and suppliers united in our common cause. A crew of world-class builders, designers, engineers, and visionaries who have pledged our waking lives to this achievement. I want to just take a moment to thank every single one of you for all of the work that you have put in to get us to where we are today, and for your commitment to finishing the run. And I should add that that run is powered by our stakeholders, our investors, our customers, our cheerleaders. You guys are like the Gatorade that fuels that run. You are the true Arkanauts, without whom none of this would be possible. For joining us on this quest, you have my deepest gratitude. Okay, last bit. The reason my mom couldn't be here today is because she is away greeting her first grandchild. The newest member of the Arkamoto family. So Mom's first missive to all assembled was to make sure that we are doing absolutely everything we can to leave the best possible world for my first niece, Anahata, and for all of our future generations. The second thing she wanted to make sure that I communicated today, I wasn't going to forget, there were two things, was that sustainable transport doesn't have to be a sacrifice. We're building Disneyland on the road to save the planet and get groceries. The move away from the idea of the car is more fun, more nimble, less hassle, and more livable for us all. We are Arkamoto. We make the best electric three-wheelers in the world for a purpose. Now it's time to ramp it up. Thank you all for being here today. Enjoy yourselves. Go check out the assembly line. We'll have tours, we'll have fog rides. Thanks.
All right. Time for me to comment on this, I suppose. I am not a fan of this presentation, to be quite frank and to be quite honest. I found it a little bit disappointing. And I don't mean that in a mean way. Like here, I'm going to flip around kind of, I don't know. I just think they made a bicycle, you know, well, I guess a tricycle. It has 3 wheels. And at the end of the day, like, that's great. You know, whatever, put a battery on something. You have a product. If you manage to sell your product, that's excellent. But the problem for Arkamoto so far is that they can't ramp up production of their one platform. So why go into so many different directions, whether it's torque vectoring of your vehicle, self-driving, you know, the rental model, if you're not ramping up production of your existing, what's it called? Product, then there's no use getting a second product out there. Then it's just diverting your efforts. You're going to have to advertise for 2 different things now. And I understand that some people are perhaps excited about this product, whether it's platform 1 or platform 2, but you kind of have to pick a direction considering that they're losing so much money. I don't know. I know I'm probably rubbing some people the wrong way, but that's my take. And at the end of the day, you're watching my channel. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. This was a live stream. I hope you guys liked it.